Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
I am that dude, Bodkins.
Yeah, DP lost to Thief. Yeah.
Right. Where he's wondering, he's like, I can't.
Patty. One style, like no weight classes.
Yeah, basically, like I said, there's been a couple guys that are like,
It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy.
That's just not my mentality, bro.
Yeah. Leave the ladder down. That's my always like, hey, somebody helped you out. Why not help somebody else out? Return.
Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkins Show.
Or bringing Craig Counsell down the interstate in a move unexpected. I had people.
I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkins Show. I am your host, Bodkins, of course. Man, it is we're solo tonight. Our guy Johnny Cruz couldn't make it tonight, so we got to do this show solo, but all good. Everything's a-okay as always. It is our NFL week reaction show. And to start off the show, we have got to have a funeral for a few teams whose season ended today. Yes, I do know that the season could continue to live, they'll continue to play games, but nonetheless, they'll look back on week 8, October 27th, 2024, and realize today was that their season ended. Here is a few teams whose season grasping the hopes of week 8, and we have now confirmed their season is over and their team stinks. Let's start. First, rest in peace, the 2024-2025 New York Jets. Season had such high hopes. You thought you were going to go into the playoff this year with everything was going to be A-okay, because everything that happened bad last year, you blamed it on the quarterback. It was because AR was hurt towards Achilles in 4 plays last year. He's going to be back. The bad man will be back, you guys said. Maybe even myself. But nonetheless, quickly we have learned that's not the case. You fired your head coach. Gone, Bob Saleh. You bring in Devontae Adams and still can't win a game. You finally get to deal with Hassan Reddick. That doesn't play. He doesn't play well. Still can't win a game. Today, we hold on. We'll go through another team, and then we'll give thoughts and prayers, T's and P's to their fans and fan bases. Another team whose season ended today, the Cincinnati Bengals. Another team with high hopes headed into the season. Season now over for the Cincinnati Bengals. You got blown out by the Eagles. Your defense looks like shreds. Your season over. Rest in peace also the Miami Dolphins, who made the playoffs last year, who thought they could build on another year of Tua. Tua gets a concussion. They're blaming McDaniel. I'm blaming McDaniel. He stinks as a head coach. Here comes back Tua. The band is back together. They're going to go on a run. You lose to the Arizona Cardinals. Season over. So, T's and P's will have a moment for these three teams and fan bases. The Jets, the Dolphins, and probably the loser of this game, Dallas and 49ers. The Bengals. Moment of silence for these teams and their fan bases as their 2024-2025 season has come to an end. Moment passed. Thoughts and prayers. Season over for Bengals, Jets, Dolphins, and probably the loser of the Cowboys 49ers game. Let's get into the rest of the games. Rest in peace. Thoughts and prayers to those fan bases. And some early turds of the week and some early dogs of the week, baby. Man, we'll start with my Green Bay Packers. Ooh, let me share the screen here. The defense looked pretty good all game. I will say this about the Jaguars. They look like a team that is 2-6. It seemed like every time they could get back in this game. Now, this game got tied, and McManus hit again, second back-to-back game winner here for the Packers. Jordan Love gets hurt. It's his groin. He was, limping along the first half. First quarter and a half, really. I guess he got hurt in the second quarter, came out in the second quarter. But Jordan Love, 14-22, one interception. Malik Willis, 4 of 5, 56 yards, one touchdown. Josh Jacobs had himself a game, 25, 127 yards, two touchdowns. So Tucker Kraft had the lone touchdown. They do think, it's something to be concerned about, but they do think Love should be fine. I mean, Malik Willis in his 2.5 spot starts here, he's played well. It's a different offense, and we've talked about this time in and time out. Trevor Lawrence, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, had a fumble in this game as well. They couldn't get much running game. They didn't even have a first down halfway through the second quarter, and then they finally got a first down. So kudos to the Jags, but they're just like every time they are a 2-6 team. It's like every time they are in this game, as a game problem, they should have won with Malik Willis playing. And, then Trevor Lawrence fumbles it. Then it's, they stop the Packers on third down. Then they're getting ready to kick a field goal. Then it's a delay of game on the defense. Packers get to, extend the drive. I think they scored a touchdown. It's just like these miscues and drop balls and drop passes from the Jags, and they look like a 2-6 team, a team that probably should fire their head coach, a team they just look awful. I mean, they are a bad team. Green Bay finds a way to win even without Jordan Love. A team who came to an end today, who I just declared, was the Dolphins. They lose 28-27 to the Cardinals. Cardinals, 500 here. 4-4. Kyler Murray, 26-36, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. James Conner, 20-53, 1 touchdown. Trey McBride, welcome to the season, 9 receptions, 124. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6 for 111 and a touchdown. They finally got him the ball. Michael Wilson, 5 for 31 and a touchdown. Johnny missed the show really just because he's mourning the Dolphin season is over at 2-5. They were 28-38, 234 yards, 1 touchdown. Devon Achane, 10 for 97. Raheem Mostert did have 9 for 19, only 6 for 72. Jalen Waddle, where the hell are you? 4 for 45. So the Dolphins absolutely stink. And the Cardinals are looking good. 500, that's where you want to be, I feel like, if you're a team. They're on the rise. You look at the teams that they've beaten. They've beaten the 49ers, in their division. I don't know what to think of this Cardinal team. Are they good? Are they bad? I guess they're exactly what they are. That's 500. Let's get into maybe surprise of the day. The Jets. Write them off. This team absolutely stinks. It doesn't matter who the coach is, who the quarterback is. They've been the biggest disappointment in the NFL all season. They lose 22-25 to the New England Patriots. And Jerick May got hurt in this game. 17 for 28, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers still hasn't thrown for 300 yards in damn near 3 years. Breece Hall, 16 for 80, no touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 5 for 111. Devontae Adams had 4 for 54. This was National Tight End Day today, too. I forgot to mention that. At one point, there was 14 touchdowns on National Tight End Day by tight ends. So Whether or not, and that could add today was actually broke National Tight End Day records. Real quick, we got Jacoby Brissett. Went 15 for 24, 132 yards. Ramon Stevenson, 20 for 48, 2 touchdowns. Drake May ran for a touchdown as well before he got hurt. But Patriots get their second win of the season. They are now ahead of the Jets as far as like dead last, both 2-6. One team was rebuilding. One team had Super Bowl aspirations, and they're not going to reach that. I mean, this is it. You know, Aaron Rodgers can say what he wants or this and that. This team there's no hope. This is the worst Aaron Rodgers team he's ever been on. I followed his whole career. They're just disappointing. They don't have nobody else to blame. You know, Bob Saleh's gone. That defense has gotten worse. This team absolutely stinks. And the Patriots, nice win. You know what I mean? But for the Jets, you're dog shit. Absolute dog shit are the Jets. We get Ravens, Browns here. Surprise of the day. My man, Jameis Winston. We've been saying it. The man should have been starting all along. 27 of 41, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns. Browns get their second win of the season. Lamar had a chance. Well, Jameis threw a late game-winning touchdown pass, but then the Ravens had a chance, couldn't find a guy in the end zone. Browns win 29-24. Nick Chubb, 16 of 52. Cedric Tillman, 7 of 99, 2 touchdowns. Shit, he might be a hot commodity here in the old fantasy waiver. You look at the Ravens, Lamar, 20 of 38, 289, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 11 for 73 and 1 touchdown. Zay Flowers, 7 for 115. Mark Andrews, nice game, 5 for 36 and a touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, didn't even know he was still in the league, 3 for 36 and a touchdown. Ravens fall to 5-3, and the Browns get to 2-6. I'm not saying, I mean, the Browns season's probably over, but by God, we've been here pounding the desk for Jameis Winston for all season. We've said he's the best quarterback in Cleveland, and he proves it again, baby. Early, could be dog of the week right there in my man Jameis Winston, who hadn't started a game in a long time and gets the start and balls out. I thought the Bengals could cover here. They usually play up to their competition or down to their competition. But, man, the Eagles absolutely put it on them, 37-17. Jalen Hurts, 16 for 20, 236 yards, 1 touchdown. This Eagles team is back, folks. Like, we can get rid of this stupid Fire Sirianni chance. They've got the recipe when they're all together, when they're all healthy. Saquon, 22 of 108. Jalen Hurts did rush for 3 touchdowns as well. So he had 4 total touchdowns. Devontae Smith, after having an abysmal game last week, 6 for 85 and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 5 for 84. Joe Burrow, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Chase Brown, 12 for 32 and a touchdown. I think he's I've been saying he's going to take over this backfield, and he finally has. Mike Gesicki, 7 for 73. Jamar Chase, 9 for 54 and a touchdown. This team just – the Bengals, it's over for them. I think it's time for Zach Taylor to get fired after the season. I know they're 3-5, but I just like they're just not a good football team. That defense isn't very good. I will always like Joe Burrow. I think he's still a good quarterback, but man, we get into this game was very interesting here. In the middle of the third quarter, Anthony Richardson decides he's going to sub himself out, or he got subbed out because he was tired in the middle of a drive. And he did go back into the game, but Colts lose, fall to 4-4. Texans get to 6-2. Anthony Richardson, 1 for 75, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, 20 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown. Josh Downs, 4 receptions, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. But Anthony Richardson, you're quitting on your team, man. Like you can't just say, hey, you're the quarterback, you're the leader. This team responds to you. So for you to say, yo, I'm tired, not a good look. Can't be happening. Can't happen. Texans win another close one. It's like they're another team that just all these close games. A lot of times they win. Last week they lost to the Packers. But CJ Stroud, 28-5 of 37, 285 yards, 1 touchdown. Joe Mixon, 25 for 102, 1 touchdown. I mean, when they run the ball, this Texans team is really good. Stephon Diggs, 5 for 81. Tank Dell, 4 for 35. Schultz, 4 for 52. I do think Diggs got banged up in this game. Didn't come back in, so keep an eye out on Diggs. The Lions. This game was 14-14 at one point, and then the Lions put up, I think, 24 unanswered points, I believe it is. They get to 6-1. Titans fall to 1-6, 52-14. Mason Rudolph, 22 of 38, 266 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Tony Pollard, 20 of 94. Julius Chestnut, 7 for 32. Calvin Ridley had 10 receptions. He said he wasn't getting the ball. They gave him the ball for a buck 43. It wouldn't matter, though, in this just absolute beatdown. Goff, 12 of 15, 85 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a lot of attempts here, but 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery threw a touchdown pass in this game as well. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries for 127 yards, 1 touchdown. David Montgomery, 9 for 33 and a touchdown. Sam LaPorta, 6 for 48 and a touchdown. Not much from St. Brown, but he did catch a pass there as well. But Lions absolutely just beat down the Titans, 52-14. The Titans are obviously going to be looking at top 2 or 3 pick here. They are one of the worst teams in the league. We get to an entertaining game, Falcons-Bucks. I feel like these two teams just played in a good Thursday night game like 2 weeks ago, and they play again here. Falcons up win 31-26 to get to 5-3. Bucks now fall 4-4 to get to 4-4. Obviously, the Bucks here, no Evans, no Godwin. That's going to hurt you. And it showed today, but they hung in there. But just too much Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, 23-29, 276 yards, 4 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson, 13 for 63. Darnell Mooney out of all folks, 5 for 92 and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts had 4 for 91 and 2 touchdowns. Almost just 1 touchdown as he almost laid the ball down before he got across the goal line. Was reviewed and he got across the goal line as not Winslow. One of the Bucs safeties, whose dad played in the league too, and escaped in my brain right now. 6 for 37 and a touchdown for Bijan in the receiving. Baker's still going to sling it, folks, even without those guys. 37 of 50, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Bucky Irving, 9 for 44. Cade Otton, 9 for 81 and 2 touchdowns. And if you were looking at any of the other receivers, Raheem Jarrett, 30 for 58. Bucky Irving had 7 for 40, 5 for 38. So it was really just the Cade Otton show. As Antoine Winfield Jr., that's who it was that knocked the ball out, but Pitt scored anyway. We get into Saints-Chargers here. I didn't realize that somebody said this is the Drew Brees Bowl. And I was like, shit, yeah, that's right. It is the Drew Brees Bowl. Chargers win 26-8 to get to 4-3. Saints go to 2-6. They benched Spencer, the Rattlesnake Rattler, in this one for Jake Hayner. Neither quarterback did anything significant. This game wasn't even really that close. Alvin Kamara, 10 for 67. Chris Olave did have 8 for 107, so there's that. Chargers, we knew they were going to win. Justin Herbert, 20 of 32, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, 17 for 57 and a touchdown. So Ladd McConkey had a hell of a game, 6 for 111 and 2 touchdowns. We'll get into the next one here. Bills, Seahawks, another just the Bills, man, they can beat down some teams. I worry about when they play like the upper echelon of the NFL, like the top 2 or 3 teams, but man, they can just absolutely roll over these bad teams. 31-10, get to 6-2, far ahead of this division right now, running away with it, with the Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins all stinking. Seahawks get to 4-4. 24-34, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns for Josh Allen. James Cooks had a nice game, 17 for 111 and 2 touchdowns. Khalil Shakur, 9 for 107. Keon Coleman, 50 for 70 and a touchdown. Dalton Cade on tight end day, if you didn't know, because they didn't say it 500 times, had a touchdown as well. For the Seattle, there wasn't much there. 212 yards, 1 interception for Geno. Kenneth Walker only had 9 carries. This game was sloppy. They fumbled it a bunch of times. But they got it back. Geno tripped over himself on a key 4th down in this game. Jackson Smith had 6 for 69. No DK Metcalf in this game. But man, just an absolute Seattle falls here. Bills get the nice win. Let's get into it, folks. The Hail Mary scene across the land, the very last play of the late games. This game, Bears get a late touchdown, go up 15-12 time. Commanders need a touchdown to win it. Hail Mary by Daniels to Noah Brown. Commanders get to 6-2. Bears fall to 4-3. Nobody could be happier than me to see them lose their 3rd game to put them dead last in the division. Commanders win. Caleb Williams, 10-24, only 131 yards passing. DeAndre Swift had a nice game, 18 for 129 and a touchdown. Roshan had 2 carries for 6 yards and a touchdown. Not much in the receiving game, only 2 catches, 3 catches. Then you get to the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, with the broken ribs, hurt ribs and all, 21-38, 326 yards, the 1 touchdown off the Hail Mary, 16 for 65 by Brian Robinson Jr. Terry McLaurin, 5 for 125, and then Zach Ertz had 7 for 77. Noah Brown caught the game winner, 3 for 73, and caught the game-winning Hail Mary as the Bears lose to the Commanders. And, hey, Commanders right there with the Eagles is the best team in the NFC East. So it'll be interesting as we march into the second half of the season. A game that was pretty close. Chiefs beat the Raiders 27-20. I was kind of hoping the Raiders would pull this out. Chiefs get to 7-0. Patrick Mahomes, 27-38, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kareem Hunt, 21 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Travis Kelce, 10 for 90 and a touchdown. Gardner Minshew, 24-30, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. Alexander Madison, 14 for 15. Brock Bowers had 5 for 58. Jacoby Myers, 6 for 52 and a touchdown. But nonetheless, Raiders fall here, get to 2-6, fall to 2-6. Chiefs remain unbeaten. Somebody tried to say the Chiefs ain't the best team in the league. I said they're the defending champions and they undefeated. I don't know how they ain't the fucking best team in the league. That doesn't make any damn sense to me. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And ain't nobody beat the man. So all y'all's power rankings, if it ain't got the Chiefs at 1, you're an idiot. Stop saying it. They are the best team in the league. They're undefeated and they're the defending champions. Until then, they got to be number 1. We get into Broncos-Panthers here. I was reported that maybe Bryce Young, if he played well, would keep the starting spot. I don't know if he played well. 24-37, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Broncos, Chuba Hubbard, 15 for 56. Not much in the passing game. Obviously, Deontay Johnson was out. Xavier Legette, 4 for 34 and a touchdown. Jalen Coker for 78 and a touchdown. We get to the Broncos. Bo Nix, nice game. 28 of 37, 284 yards, 3 touchdowns. So, and then you got Jameel McLaughlin had 4 for 8 for 47. Javonte Williams, 17 for 44. Cortland Sutton, eight catches for 100. Adam Troutman, 4 for a touchdown, and 4 for 85 and a touchdown. So, Broncos win 28-14. They get to 5-3. Panthers are still on the rebuild at 1-7. They also are a bad team, but we knew they were going to be bad. That's what separates the teams like the Dolphins, like in the Jets, who are just absolutely abysmal and disappointing. So it is time for our dog. Got to find the turd here. And turd of the week. There it is. It's right in front of my face. I could go. We already had a burial for the Jets, Bengals, Dolphins, and the loser of this Cowboys and 49ers game as their season's probably over. But my NFL Week 8 turd of the week can either be Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is a quarterback of his football team. Quarterbacks don't take themselves out the game. Quarterbacks are the leader of the team who don't say, hey, I'm tired. Come get a sub for me. Now, he did go back into the game. But Anthony Richardson is my NFL Week 8 turd of the week for that type of behavior. My NFL dog of the week is none other than a man who is absolutely a dog himself, a man who led the dogs of the Cleveland Browns to their second victory today, who's always ready, Jameis Winston, baby. Jameis 27 of 41, 354 yards, 3 touchdowns. My man got it done 29-24. Browns get their second win of the season. He hasn't been a starter. Maybe teams wrote him off. Maybe he does some goofy stuff, but it's all fun. He's a team guy. I'm all in on Jameis Winston and the Browns, baby. Jameis Winston is my NFL 8 week dog of the week. Well, that about concludes tonight's NFL 8 reaction show. We went through the scores, kind of gave out my thoughts, buried some teams. We're about halfway through the season, folks. Let me look at I was going to look at the standings. Oh, here it is. So if you look at halfway, and now there's halfway through the season, the Bills are about 3 games ahead of everybody in their division at 6-2. The rest of that division's 2-5, 2-6, 2-6. The NFC North, I mean, it's really between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plays on Monday night. They get to 6-2, they would still be in first place. Houston and the Colts. You're looking at Houston now. They are pretty much 4 games above the Colts. A team that we thought was probably going to be there. Chiefs 7-0. How about the Broncos? Only 2 back, but I would think that we all think. I think we all thought the Chiefs were going to run that away, are going to win that. The NFC East right now, I think it's between 2 teams, and that's the Commanders and the Eagles. The NFC North is still wide open. I mean, Lions only have 1 loss. Bears have 3 losses and are in last place. Packers and Vikings both 5-2 or 6-2. So then you look at the NFC South with 2 wins over Tampa Bay now. Atlanta is pretty much 4 games up. You know, they're 5-3. The Bucs are 4-4, but 2 losses to Atlanta. So you almost need Atlanta to lose 3 more times. Arizona and Seattle, both 4-4. Now, if the 49ers win tonight, they'll be right there at 4-4. So that division's kind of wide open. So a lot of teams in this first half of the season have opened up the gap that some of these teams, it's this, bury them. So it's going to be tough. That's why if you're 3 games below 500 at the halfway mark, I don't know what to tell you. And thanks, Carlos. And I did see in the group chat, I promise you, you send me an invite, I will be there. Fuck what Tanner says. I'll be there with my Italian having fucking voice, assholes. So, but nonetheless, I'll be there. Send me the invite. I'm there. Promise you. With my Italian, I'll fit right in with your family. I'll fit right in. You know what I mean? They'll automatically think I'm with you. So they're like, oh, he's part of the family. So I'm like, yeah, my name's Jesus Bodkins, named after my great grandpa who was Mexican. But I'll be there. Hey, we do have the same way colored flags. We do. Other than that, El Bodkins. El Bodkino, I'll be there. I would say me and Tanner could ride together, but I don't know about riding in a 5-hour car with Tanner, so I might want to blow my brains out at that point in time. Nonetheless, this has been a great episode of the Bodkins Show, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. I'll be back in the morning, or I'll be back sometime. I'll be back next week, obviously, with the morning dump. If you missed this morning's dump, please check that out. The weekly dump with me and Johnny put out this morning. We talked a lot of the World Series, obviously. Talked some college football. So, yeah, we can do a on the road LTS show for sure. Document the whole show, the whole trip. Me and Tanner, Buffoon and Bodkins on the road, documentary, driving from Kansas City to Texas. So, all right. Well, be a friend, tell a friend, folks. Like, subscribe, share. We'll see you then. Too many burritos. Exactly. I feel like Tanner would fucking probably just be singing fucking, don't stop believing, and some Neil Diamond. He's probably, got all the fucking power jams all lined up, just, car karaoke to all the good white folks, all the good super white folks. Yeah, the Killers. Somebody told me that you were a boyfriend in February of last year. He's probably going to bring 5 different New Balances. He's got his car driving New Balances. He'll have his wedding New Balances, plus his casual going out New Balances. All right, we're out of here. Catch y'all later. We'll be back this time next week, 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. Plus, check out the weekly dump. We'll see y'all then.